Hello, my name is Cooper Johnson, and today I want to talk to you about standardizing capture methods for Typhlonectes latans here in Florida. First off, let me introduce you to a creature straight out of a sci-fi movie, Typhlonectes latans, also known as the real Cauca Caecilian. It has recently shown up in the Florida's ponds and canals and is already turning heads because it's the first invasive Caecilian ever recorded in the US. Now, if you're wondering what a Sicilian is, don't worry, you're not alone. Picture an underwater alien that looks like a cross between a snake, a worm, and a leftover poo noodle. You can see an image on the left. This aquatic amphibian has very limited research behind it, and there's currently no standardized way to capture it. But why do we need to standardize a way to catch it? I'll give you a few seconds to answer the question. Well, the answer is that they're all correct. Without a standard method, data becomes inconsistent and hard to compare. But if everyone uses the same techniques, we can track population trends, compare sites, and manage the species more effectively. Think of it like tracking aliens. If everyone uses a different radar, good luck on figuring out what's going on. So today I'll walk you through 3 different capture methods. I'll explain the pros and cons of each, and I'll tell you which one I believe is best. First off, it's hand capture method. There's actually 2 approaches to this. One is you just grab the Sicilians while they're swimming after you bait the water. Second, you dig them out of their burrows. The hand capture one where they're just swimming is pretty easily and self-explanatory, where you just grab them while they're swimming. The second one where they're digging is a little bit more complicated. So I drew a picture to explain it a little bit better. Researchers use a water diverter to move water away from the bank, and then they dig down up to 60 centimeters to reach the Sicilian burrows and collect individuals directly. Now, don't worry, they do have some teeth, but they're not known to be aggressive or dangerous when handling. And while their method is effective and inexpensive, it's also super labor intensive, time sensitive, and limited to active or burrowed individuals. This could result in biased data since you're not capturing the whole population range. The second method is electrofishing. This was actually the first successful method used to capture tenatans here in Florida. It involves sending a mild electric current through the water to temporarily stun aquatic animals so you can scoop them up. I think this guy is a record winner. Sounds like science fiction, right? But it's not. It's fast and it doesn't require as much physical labor, but it's expensive, it can harm the species, and it requires special permits and training. So while it works, it's not ideal for the long-term or large-scale monitoring. Finally, the best method in my opinion. This is the funnel trap. These are passive invasive traps placed in the water. They are typically made of nylon, and they are covered fully by one string on one end and then partially on the other. This is just so Sicilians don't escape. They also include a bait bag and then are tied to either a wooden stake or some vegetation just so they don't float away. Why are funnel traps the best? Well, they're passive, scalable, cost-effective for long-term use, and are already proven effective for other aquatic amphibians. The only downsides are that they may catch some non-target species or occasionally get damaged, but overall, they're the most efficient method we have. So yes, funnel traps are the clear winner for catching this beautiful species. They offer a reliable, repeatable, and scalable way to monitor the species of Florida, and they should definitely be used more in the future to study this population. My work builds on foundational studies by researchers like Kupfer, Bennett, Moody, Sheehy, and Verdade. Their research helped me adapt existing amphibian capture techniques to this bizarre but fascinating Florida invader. So in conclusion, while Typhlonectes latans might look like it escaped from Men in Black, it's very real and it might be here to stay. We need to capture and study the species. And in my opinion, funnel traps are the best way to do that. Thank you so much for listening. If you have any questions or theories about amphibian world domination, feel free to ask them below. I'm all ears. Thank you.